Let's talk about 5 ways you can improve your clothing brand using a heat press and vinyl cutter. Let's go. What's up everyone? Welcome to the studio. I wanted to talk about this subject today because I went to Heat Press Nation a couple months back to shoot this video, and I really wasn't prepared to do the whole skit because 1, I didn't have a script, and 2, Jared wasn't there with me. So it made it really tough for me to kind of figure out the script as I went. And I just thought it would be a good time to kind of reconnect here on YouTube and not Instagram, you know? So thank you all for joining me here, and let's hit the 5 topics today. So the first thing is sourcing premium blanks. I use LA Apparel, Made, and AS Color as my primary 3. And I also sprinkle in some Comfort Colors, Lane 7, and some other brands like that. But the garment is the foundation of your clothing. So you have to remember that if you pick a cheap shirt, your shirt is already starting as a cheap brand, versus if you pick a premium blank, you're already kind of ahead of the curve if you want to create this elevated look. And typically the more premium something is, the more you can charge. So it's gonna cost more for you, but you can also mark it up to your customers. Just note that brands that are premium are gonna cost you a lot more. So make sure you have the right customer base and the right margins to be able to get these products, because everybody wants to buy premium stuff. But then once they realize how much more it costs, like people start budging a little bit on their cost and start cutting corners. So just make sure that it's something that you are willing to invest into. I like LA Apparel personally because I live in Los Angeles and LA Apparel is from LA. It's in the name. And when I order from them, I can get it within a couple days. So that's really important to me, is how quickly I can get my garments, because that determines how long my production time is. So something to think about is, if you're sourcing garments from the other side of the country, how long is it going to take for you to get that? And also to pay for expedited shipping is going to cost you way more and start eating at your margins. So that's why companies like SS Activewear, Alpha Broder, and all these bigger ones are great, because they have so many different warehouses, but you don't get that extra premium feeling like the LA Apparel and the Made blanks, which are based around LA. I think AS Color is actually a really good middle ground, because they have a warehouse in North Carolina now, and also Carson, California, which is SoCal. By using these 2 different warehouses, you're able to source from the East Coast and the West Coast, which is awesome. And their blanks are fucking amazing. So I would say check out AS Color if you haven't yet. And the way you're gonna do this is you have to go to their website, sign up for a wholesale account, and then you'll have wholesale pricing, so you're not paying retail. And that's one of the things that you have to make sure is you're not paying retail pricing, because there's no way you're gonna be able to sell these shirts if you buy it at retail price. So get that wholesale license. If you don't know how to do that, I can make a video in the future about it. But for now, let's just move on to the next subject. So next is the material choice and the embellishments that go on your clothing. By embellishments, I'm talking about embroidery, screen print, puff, all the stuff that goes onto the garment. So what's good about having a vinyl cutter is that you can choose what materials you can use to put on the garment. So for me, as y'all probably already know, I love the brick from Caesar, I love 3M from Stalls, and the puff, which I currently use from Econotransfer, but that's only because I found it once and I liked it, so I didn't have to change another one. Is it the best one? I don't know, but it works for me, so that's why I use it. But do your own research if you want to test out different products. The reason why this is so captivating is that you can create such dope looking stuff and just make one unit, versus going to a screen print shop, getting your screens burnt, paying for setup fees, ordering one blank to go to the screen printer. It's a lot of fees that's gonna add up really quickly. By having your vinyl cutter and accessibility to all these different materials, you can make so much cool stuff in your house. Here's a bunch of examples of stuff that I made. If you want to check out more, go to my Instagram, but I use puff religiously, 3M, brick. Those are my favorite 3. So next up, we're gonna be talking about packaging and the unboxing experience. So when you get a package from Apple, everyone loves the box. It's super thick, super premium, has that soft feel to it. It's matte. They really put a lot of effort into this packaging. When you send a package out, how is that experience gonna translate to your customer, right? Are they gonna get a poly bag with just a shirt in it? Or are they gonna get a poly bag inside another frosted bag with your brand name on it, the side sticker, neck tags? There's a lot of little things you can do to increase your brand awareness and also provide that customer experience. I personally kind of split it between the 2. I have a classics tier and a premium tier. The classics tier is pretty standard. I just ship it out in a poly bag, put a neck tag on it, and I also send a little welcome card. The premium tier gets a frosted bag. Depending on if it's a hoodie or not, they get a special PVC tag, which is also a keychain. The experience feels a little bit more premium when they get it versus just a shirt in a poly bag. And I understand that, but that's why I have 2 different classes that I sell, because I want to make sure that the premium experience is higher than the classic, so that people can understand why they pay more for the product. The easiest way I found to increase this brand experience is to use neck tags, and also a little welcome card that you get, a little rectangular card that has your website, a little thank you message, maybe like a discount for a future order. The way I do it is that You go to my site, it takes you to an email sign up, and then I capture an email and you get $10 off your next order for orders over $30. Most of my stuff is priced over $30, so it's almost automatic unless someone tries to buy, my clearance items, but I can't sell a $10 shirt for $5. So I have that $30 threshold just to make sure that, I don't lose money on it. I don't care if I break even. It's more of like a loyalty building step where customers can feel like they can, build trust with me as a brand that they just supported. And trust is really important because when you think about capturing a customer, you got to think about the lifetime value of every customer. It's not just one transaction and then you'll never see them again, because that's what you're working for, is having a long-term customer that can continuously come back and give you business. And then you also have to, in return, give good products, give them a good experience, and a reason to come back and support your brand. All right, number 4, we're gonna be talking about your website look and feel. So I use Shopify like a lot of other people because I found that Shopify is the best for e-commerce. I've been using it for almost 10 years at this point. For my first job where I actually learned how to use it. And it's just integrated so well with e-commerce because that's their foundation, versus these other sites, they put e-commerce after the fact. So they're not fundamentally set up to be the best e-commerce platform. Obviously, it's up to you. I'm not being paid by Shopify to say this. I wish I was, but Shopify has always been reliable to me. There are ups and downs, obviously, like it costs a lot more probably. And also you have to install a lot of apps to really make things work. And knowing how to code is gonna definitely help a lot in the long run. But I don't really code. I just used the free theme Dawn and I just tweaked it a little bit. One of the easiest ways to make your site look a lot better using Dawn is use the Google Fonts app, because then you can import your own fonts and use it on the website. And I found that instantly made my site look so much better just with the fonts. So take a look at that. You want to check out Dawn and Shopify. And if you're feeling a little bit risky with your budget, you can always hire someone, or you can even buy different themes off Shopify for like $300, which is not that bad considering that a website with a developer can cost like a couple thousand. So yeah, make sure you check that out. And yeah, I just love Shopify for my own business. And number 5 is your social media presence. We all hate social media, right? We love it, we hate it, it's not gonna go anywhere, so why not put your time into it? Unless your job can be 100% done without being online, I think not having a social media presence is really putting your business behind everybody else. And also, it's such a good skill to learn in today's day and age, because that's how you reach customers outside of your circle. And as you all know, I've been grinding away on my Instagram for the last 6 to 7 months. I started as sub 1,000 and now I'm almost at 20,000 followers. So I'm just really stoked, but at the same time, it's like, what do these followers really mean? And I think that's something that I've been questioning and asking myself ever since it started growing. Just because your follower count goes up, it doesn't mean your sales also goes up. It just means that either people are following you, there's a lot of bots following you of the similar subject, or people are trying to sell you stuff. I'm sure every heat presser, every manufacturer knows this, but the most DMs that I get is other manufacturers hitting me up saying, do you need manufacturer? Do you need stuff made? And I don't ask these questions. These people are just relentlessly DMing me. And I'm just like, I don't want any of this shit. This is not what I signed up for. Like, I want people asking, yo, where do I cop your shirt? Where can I buy this? Who makes this? That's the questions that I want. But underneath all the smoke of follower count, I think there is a solid community that is building. But don't base your success on your follower count, because you're gonna be so disappointed once you find out you get to 5,000, nothing changes, 10,000, things are barely changing. I just wanna share this with you guys because when I was coming up in this social media world of follower counts, like I thought, if I get to 5,000, my sales will be X. If I get to 10,000, my sales will be so much higher, and it's not 100% true. There are benefits to it. Obviously, people want to work with you when you have a social media presence because they know that you have some sort of presence and pull to your account, right? People like to see the validation. And second of all, it's giving me these opportunities with like Heat Press Nation where they hit me up and said, hey, we like what you do. You want to come down and shoot a video with us? So it is important to do, but don't just focus on that, because you're gonna have a fucking bad time once your followers, your likes, everything stops making sense to you, because the high of everything rising stops, because it does stop. And the reality is that you have to stay focused on growing your brand and don't think about the follower count. Think about who is actually interacting with you, who is actually commenting on stuff, and make sure you communicate with these people. It's not like you put something out, you blow up and that's it. You have to continuously feed it and grow it, and then it's just something that you're going to see progress over a longer span of time. And you absolutely need a plan to do this. You can't just wing it, because I posted every day for 30 days before I started to see anything significant changing. And by significant, I mean going from like 200 plays to like 10,000. But until that moment, nothing else was changing. So I had to block that idea out of my head that followers and counts and all that stuff does not matter. Just keep on posting stuff that matters to you. Make it sustainable so that you can do it every day without spending 5 hours editing, shooting, and figuring out what song you want to use. It has to be easily repeatable. So the way I do it is whenever I work, like I have to heat press stuff, I have to cut vinyl, I just prop up my camera or my phone and I just record. I record different angles. And after I record the different angles, now I have at least a narrative of the process. So depending on what kind of video I want to make, I can use those different clips and either tell a story with it, like a process video, or now I have a bunch of B-roll that I can just put captions over. So that's just some way to think about it, is make sure that your video is working with you, not the other way around where you have to work to make the video. Thankfully for this profession of apparel production at home, it's very easy to record because you can put the camera on the side, right? But for something like music production, you have to create a lesson around it, or you have to really go out of your way to record it. So just think of ways that you can record without having to disrupt your flow, because that's the most important thing, is staying in the flow and getting your work done so you can move on to the next thing. But those are the 5 things I want to talk about today. If there's anything else you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube now, and everywhere else online. I can do it.studio, I can do it.shop. All the support means the world. Thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.